Hello everybody, it is Christine. It is time for a scrapbook process video, and this is, let me check my alignment here. There we go. I don't know, a little crooked. Is it straight? There we go. This is a 52 favorite photos for 52 weeks. So the photos I have are, this is my plate of sushi. This is my husband eating his sushi. That's his platter. That was his first run, you guys. He can eat some sushi. We love sushi. I actually posted this, I posted this on Facebook. So I said, sushi's the prettiest food ever. I just love it. So I'm also going to be using my Counterfeit Kit because look at this, you guys. I got this orange little mango sauce. We got the orange here. There's the green. I mean, I just thought this was a perfect photo. And it's some of this is like my, it's got like the wave and stuff. So it's not exactly, oceany, but whatever. So I thought, you know what, this could be good. So I think I'm going to use these 3 sheets here. I think I want to frame this. And also this has kind of got, do I have it right side up? Yeah, I guess so. I'm not sure if it matters. It looks like waves almost. So I thought this could be cool. I'll frame it. Again, I don't want to necessarily gut it because, And then I'm thinking maybe what I'm going to do, I may make like a big arrow or some such. I don't know. I also have these pieces. I actually pulled these out after I did my kit reveal because there's a chalkboard kind of look and feel to the original kit or the inspiration kit, and I thought maybe this could be cute used in a couple of areas as almost maybe menu boards or something. I don't know. Let me see, do I have anything? Enjoy the little things, that could be cute. Anyways, and I got that, and then of course I have my letters. I may spell out sushi because it's our favorite. Is there anything in here? No, maybe not. I could do You're Stuck With Me because that's my husband. I do like this best part of today, but we'll see. We'll see. Let me get my papers cut. I still have all these papers over here I could choose from if I need to. And I do have this cardstock here, or not cardstock, I guess it was a sheet of pattern paper, but I could use it in my photo mat. I may introduce white as well, but we'll see in just a second. So let me do a little bit of cutting and I'll be back on in a moment. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I had to fast. I have glued down my little orange wave paper that it was basically a 1/2 inch, but I cut it kind of crooked. I don't know how I did it. I ended up having to trim it just a hair. I think it's a hair more than a 1/2 inch, but it was still close enough for horseshoes and hand grenades. So it was actually the back side of this little bottle cap page. I didn't realize it when I was doing it all, but it's technically the back side, so it works out nicely. So what I first did is I found the center on my right hand side there, and then I found 6 inches or something like that on the top, and then I did 3 inches wider, so it was like 9 inches on the top and the bottom too, I should say. And then I used my little ruler here to draw a line, and I thought, like that arrow's a little bit too narrow or something. It wasn't what I wanted. So I ended up bringing in this. I brought another center in. I think I'd done 3 inches initially, so I brought it out in a little bit more and then redrew my lines to my little points here. So when I cut this in just a second, I did erase it, and I have to say this eraser's terrible. It's not great, but luckily I had it in my head I might end up having to change my direction or something, so I didn't write a real dark pencil line. I'm going to use my little cutter here to cut the paper, and I think it looks okay. I'm okay with this. I mean, I could kind of tell when I drew the lines where it was going to be, and I thought it looked pretty good. I didn't want it real narrow. I kind of wanted a fatter little arrow, although it's a little bit of a strange angle. They're not a matching angle, so I don't know. It's okay. I'm okay with it because I actually end up building my photos and stuff like that kind of in the point. So there's my arrow, or I don't know. It looks almost like an airplane, something like a B-2 bomber type deal or something. I don't know, a stealth airplane or something. But it's an arrow in my head. So here's my photos. At first, I think I actually ended up switching this by mistake. I had my husband on the left because he's kind of looking to the right. If I'm honest, I'm not looking at the layout right now, but I think I actually ended up switching those photos. It's not a big deal. I kind of wanted to introduce another color between the photo and the blue. Initially, I pulled out like a cream, but then I thought, I've still got this leftover orangey piece here, and that could be pretty on top of the teal. So I ended up using this little piece of, like the scrap piece here to make my photo mats of the orange. And then I'll cut this up, and then I'll stick it on top of the teal. And then that's going to end up going on top of my little arrow there. And then I'll start introducing those black chalkboard pieces. It's kind of an interesting little twist on this because of I wouldn't necessarily connect chalkboard type stuff with these colors. This was an old kit. I think if you go back to my original reveal on the first, This was a throwback kit Julene picked from 2014. And I will say it's a little unique. It's a little different. It did give me summer vibes, so that worked out. But they did have kind of this chalkboard element in there, which was a little bit different. So I do like it, though. I think it ends up adding a little, it's got this little pop of black going on, and I think it makes the layout kind of look interesting. I'm going to end up, let's see here. Yeah, see here, I messed up and put him on the right. And I say messed up, and kind of one of the reasons I was doing it is on the very far left of that photo of him, you can actually see a glass in the, like my bonus dad's like arm. And it's not really adding anything to the story or the layout or whatever, so I kind of want to cover it. So I'm not going to lie, you guys. I start kind of dry fitting this stuff, and I fast and fast and fast and fast. And I think it's because, well, I'm not thinking it, I know. I don't have enough embellishments in my kit. That was on me. I'm terrible when I build these kits I get lazy in a way. Like, I don't want to go all the way through my binders and pull stuff. And also because I'm like, well, I don't know what layout I'm going to do yet. So I get a little bit nervous about putting a bunch of embellishments. And I thought I had enough anyways with my little chipboard sheet over there and my stickers and stuff. But for this layout, I was like, oh man, I don't have much to choose from for some reason. I did find this little green sticker that I thought, I want to add that as a little shelf because I felt like my photos were floating kind of funny. So I'll add that. I've got those 2 chalkboard pieces that are kind of matted behind the photos. I like that a lot. Let's see. I'm gonna, like I said, I fast with this, y'all. And some of it's because I did want to cover up the glass in my bonus dad's arm, but then also I didn't want it to be I'm trying to get that green stripe in there so it looks like it's going all the way under the other photo. I did find this cute little piece here that says push through it. And I kind of picked that on purpose because when we do this is all you can eat sushi. It's actually fairly good. And my husband wants to get his money's worth, man. So he will eat and eat, and he's like, oh my God, I got a food baby or whatever. And so anyway, I have fast and fast. I've kind of pulled them off to the side so I could glue stuff, but I kind of have a sense of where I want it to go. I hadn't even glued that down yet, y'all. So here's where I'm going to start gluing stuff down. I knew I kind of wanted to overlap the photos. I had already done that. You saw me doing that piece of it. It was kind of the extras that I was fastened with. Now, I will say I ran off into my color binder, and I have pulled out a couple little things. One is, and I say color binder, I also got my Vicky Bouton, y'all. I'm telling you, I was struggling to find stuff that I really wanted to go on this layout. I found in the upper right, you can see there's an envelope with some flowers coming out of it. That's a Vicky Bouton piece. Should flowers in an envelope be on here? I don't know. But it kind of filled in a spot. You'll see in just a second, I got a spot. So I got my little piece there, overlapping the photos. I'm going to put this little piece down here because I do want the title. It's going to be Tasty Sushi. And I kind of wanted to use that black as the background. And then there's these flowers, right? Y'all, that was probably a little bit of I hate these word cop-out, but I just didn't have anything else that would work for me. I just couldn't figure out anything else to put there. So I've got that little piece up there that says enjoy the little things, which I think is kind of funny. And I've got that flower just to honestly take up that space. I had that big old gap, and I couldn't figure out anything else. The only thing I thought about, too, was like one of those photo wheels or whatever, like the old little viewfinder things. I thought about that, but then I thought, well, then I got black on black on black up there, and I don't know. It didn't feel right to me. So I put the flowers up there. We're just going to deal with it. I did find a little ticket that said like something 50 cents. These sushis are not 50 cents, but they do charge you if you don't eat them all. They don't want you to order a bunch and then not eat it. So, you kind of have to make sure you eat them all. So that's kind of what I had in my head about the pricing. Why, I don't know. It's not 50 cents, but I think they're like $2, honestly, if you don't eat them all. And then, like I said, I got that little thing that says push through it on the right-hand side. I thought that was funny. And then, of course, I got my little tasty down there. I will pull out my red letters to spell sushi. And I also pulled out this little Vicky Bouton sticker sheet that has like little paint splat looking things. And I'm going to add those as well. The little ticket I stick in there, I went back and forth. Do I tilt it up? Do I tilt it down? I don't know. I guess that's what I decided. And then there was 2 little arrows on the sticker sheet too, and I went ahead and added those. The black and white one on the next to at the bottom down there is a little harder to see, but I used it anyway. Why not? Here's my paint splatters. I'm going to stick these on here. And actually, I think I actually end up I'll just say the word actually 3 times. I'll end up using real paint, actually, in the end, too. But here's my little paint splatters. I'm going to use a little small mini foam dots underneath Tasty. And then I'll spell out sushi on there as well. And I think that turns out kind of cute, actually. The Tasty was not in my kit. The red letters were. Again, I pulled from my stash to add to my kit. I think this next month I need to be a little more thoughtful about my embellishments, because I like I said, I thought I go, well, okay, I got a sticker sheets, I got chipboard, I got plenty of stuff to work with, and then I'm like, what? None of my stuff was fitting the way I wanted it to go. Now maybe it's just because of the layout I'm doing. You know, I'm thinking sushi and fish and stuff. I don't know. Okay, so I've got my Tasty. Put that down on my little foam dots. I've added my sushi there. I think, what do I do next, you guys? I've done forgot. Got my paint splatters. This might be where I decide to pull out my white paint. I can't see what I'm doing. Oh, this is where I'm finishing up Tasty, I think. I've stuck the little mini foam dots on there. I think that's what I got going on here. I'll cut away in just a second. I'm not going to make you sit there and watch me do all. I do like my little mini ones. These are teeny little squares. Probably not even an eighth of an inch, 1/16 of an inch, maybe square. Here's where I got the little white paint splatters. I thought that added something. I think that looks cute. And that is going to be my layout, you guys. So sorry for all the faceting and carrying on, but this turned out kind of cute, I think. Like I said, I kind of stole from my own stash to add to my kit. But you know what? The whole point of Counterfeit Kit is to actually, use stuff up from your stash. So I think it's okay. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll have links below for like the 52-week playlist, and then the Counterfeit Kit blog and whatnot, and the Facebook group. So make sure you guys check that out, and we'll see you next time. Bye.